I want to, first of all, I just want to say it really touches my heart when I saw this picture, and I think all of you have this. It reminded me so much of my mom and what really brought me to the legislature. And when I experienced taking care of her, and in an environment where we were not expecting to have to do that. And when my other siblings got to the point of age, they couldn't deal with it in a number of ways, either, you know, personally or working families and other things. So I said, well, let me try to take care of Mother. And so I devoted my time and my life to that until she died. And so I saw the inside, and I call it kind of some of the ugliness of long-term care, because I saw a lot of people trying to do really good things without the resources that they really needed. I saw some people who were in it for all the wrong reasons. Somebody mentioned today in a previous meeting about heart, and you have to have heart in order to work, in my opinion, with long-term care, whether it's an aging individual or a developmentally disabled person. There's got to be some emotional connection in order to be able to deal with the daily routine. We here at the state are really looking for answers. We know we have an aging population. The demographics that have been talked about previously certainly are true, and some of the things that we need to concentrate on. I wish these steps were full, because it's going to take community, it's going to take everyone really working very hard on this issue, because you see, everybody here is going to be there eventually. And when there's more of us there than there are working, then we're going to be in trouble, because financially it's just going to be a burden that we're not going to be able to deal with at the state. Families aren't going to be able to deal with it, so it's going to mean that we have to look at reasonable things that we can do. I've looked at the report here. I think that some of the things that are being talked about are exciting to explore. I'm anxious to hear or see the Milliman report when it comes out, and then we'll take a look and see what kinds of things they're recommending. I don't believe there's one answer. I think it's going to take a multitude of things for us to come together to do. There needs to be more attention, and the reason I said I wish that these steps were full is because we don't give enough information to the general public so that they understand what this silver tsunami is going to look like, so that they really understand. They're busy, they're working, they're taking care of their families, they're doing what all great Americans are doing, and just trying to live and live as well as they can. But if we don't think about this as to what's going to be happening just a very few years from now, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. When we compound that with one of the other things that's really bothered me on a personal level, and should bother you too, and it probably does if you have a student in school, and that's our higher education debt. So we're expecting those people to come out of higher education, have a great job, and they're going to be so deep in debt they're not going to be able to pay that, and we're expecting them to take care of us. So we have a huge dilemma. How are we going to do it? First of all, one thing I would say, and I hope all of the reports, the very first thing they will cite is we got to take good care of ourselves. I mean, really good care of ourselves. We can't afford to not be healthy going into those later years of life. And those that find themselves, through no fault of their own, that are not healthy, hopefully then our resources would match that number. But we're not doing a good job at that. We don't exercise, we don't eat the right things, we are just not, we're stressed, about this far to the Hill. I look at a lot of people here, and I know that they are in jobs that really stress them. Walk, exercise, get out there to really try to look at what you're doing to stay healthy. I think I'm going to stop at that point, but I just want to commend the group that's working on this issue. The more of us talk about it, the more of us get involved in it, the better it's going to be, because we need the public to really understand. Where's King 5? Are you with King 5?
No.
Q13. At least we have one. You know, where is all the rest of the media that can put this out to say we have a silver tsunami coming at us, and it's going to be unlike anything we've ever seen before, when all of us here are requiring some kind of assistance in order for us to stay alive. Think about that for a minute. That ought to give you a few things to think about as you go home and lay your head on the pillow tonight. Stay healthy. We're going to work very hard here at the legislature to try to find some workable solutions that can help. I don't think we have the magic bullet, pardon the pun on that one, but we're going to really, really work very hard to try to do what we can. Thank you very much for having us. Thank you for listening.